everyone, I'm Rod Wood.
And I'm Carrie Lazarus in for Christy. The critically acclaimed Netflix series, When They See Us, has reframed one of the most significant cases in U.S. history, the Central Park Five, focusing on a group of 5 black and brown teenagers who were wrongly convicted for the rape of a jogger in Central Park in 1989.
Now, one of the actors in that series is Dexter McKinney from the south side of Syracuse. In this week's Victory Over Violence, News Channel 9's Jennifer Sanders sits down with McKinney to hear his inspiring story and how his life is an example to others.
Every week, the goal of Victory Over Violence is to shift the narrative of communities often defined by violence and by poverty. In that quest, we meet people who are transforming the community by simply walking in their destiny and not letting circumstances define their success. Dexter McKinney is doing just that. He's not only an actor and a global entrepreneur, he's a positive force, transforming lives wherever he goes. Garfield Street on Syracuse's south side is home for Dexter McKinney.
For me, it was a blessing because I got so much out of it. It was obviously tough. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of obstacles and hurdles you have to be able to clear to successfully make it out of here. I was fortunate in many ways. I had a lot of people that kind of looked out for me in a sense, and, you know, treated me as, you know, this kid is going to make it.
They may have never known just how prophetic those words would be. But before we get to his acting career, let's start from the beginning.
My friends, my family, a lot of my cousins lived lifestyles that were conducive to surviving right here. And if you look, you know, behind you, you'll see a police camera. If you look right there, you'll see another one. So there's a reason for that, right? And I think a lot of things kind of helped me to get to wherever I am today.
Starting with his family, when you walk inside their home,
the boy's got his own money.
You immediately feel the love and the support.
I just always had that structure, and you can easily take it for granted. You can easily be like, man, like, we're living this way, but I wish we were living this. I wish we had this many cars and a bigger house and living on a bigger street, a better side of town type of thing. But what at the core of that we do have is this unconditional love.
That love supported his dream of acting at a young age. His family encouraged him to dream big and do bigger. Equally as important to him, though, was a college education, which started right across the highway at Syracuse University.
Can't see it now, but it's kind of symbolic, right? It's like a lot of people from this same environment can't see it when the leaves aren't there, can't see it when they ride up there. You know, we don't make that connection of this is a logical next step or this is like a good move.
And perhaps the lessons he learned outside the classrooms were just as valuable as the ones he learned inside.
We went to New York City, so one of my friends was on parole. We got into a fight. It was just a big fight, but my friend got stabbed. And he wound up going to Rikers Island as a result of that. Me, with my college ID, my SU ID in my pocket, I got completely different treatment.
Those tough lessons changed his life. He went on to earn 2 master's degrees from SU, but that experience, the one we heard about earlier, would serve as an inspiration for him years later on the set of When They See Us.
I play Porter, who essentially is a guy who's in and out of prison a lot. And he has a rapport with the correction officers.
His character just one of many, eliciting a wave of emotions from love to sadness to anger and hope.
Wait a second. They saw you.
Perhaps a visual embodiment of art imitating life.
As much trauma and despair that surrounds it, there's so many wonderful, beautiful people that come out of this place.
Raised on the South Side, his career as an actor, consultant, and teacher has taken him all over the world. But home is where it all started.
We're the same. We come from the same place, same environment. I did it, you can do it, or I'm doing it and you can do it. So I just try to make good moves and, you know, and not shy away from the fact that I'm a fallible human being.
In Syracuse, Jennifer Sanders, News Channel 9.
Quite a story. Although McKinney travels the world, he continues to mentor and inspire young people here in Syracuse. To watch Jennifer's full interview with him, head to website at localsyr.com.